Team Keep It Clean. Welcome to another episode of the Team Keep It Clean podcast. The date that I'm recording this is Tuesday, June 22nd. So I'm actually recording it a day early. And y'all know that never happens. Because what's been crazy, what's been like the weirdest thing, Carter being out of school, I'm like, okay, Carter ain't gotta wake up for school no more. I ain't gotta wake up early myself no more. Alright, we straight, we good. I'm gonna have more time to get more done. Nope. For some reason, like, and I was even telling my wife this too, with just the off season as a whole. I was thinking, like, going into the off season, okay, it's the off season. This is where things gonna slow down. All right, cool. And it's been busy like crazy. Now stuff has slowed down some, but it's still been like crazy busy. And we got some explaining to do in this episode of the podcast. But before we get into it, shout out to Manscaped. Manscaped is the sponsor of this episode of the podcast. If you want your own, your trimmer, your weed whacker, you can go to manscaped.com, and again, cologne too. So if you wanna look good and smell good, you go to manscaped.com and you can put in your order. And for your order, you can use code KeepItClean. And when you use that code, it'll give you not only 20% off, but the free shipping as well. So when they send the products to your house, you can say, you know what? That's on Ingraven. You like, I don't want to pay for no shipping. Hey, guess what? You don't have to. It's on me, my friend. It's on me. So use code KeepItClean at manscaped.com and they'll take care of you. And again, the 20% off as well. So, we are 2.5 weeks into being dog owners. Pookie has gotten a little better with the eating the poop. She hasn't eaten her poop, but we've been monitoring her too. So I mean, we monitored her before, but we would still be like, wow, she really did that, and it just be like, oh man. Now, there was a time where I gave her lunch, or I think it was lunch. So that's her water and her food. So I gave her lunch, and I put her outside, and I left her. I just let her outside so she wouldn't pull a peep inside the place, and I took her outside to see if she had to go later on, but she didn't, and I was like, okay. But then while I had taken her out to see if she was gonna poop, I saw a pile of poop in the grass, and I was like, oh, she pooped already. And the best part about it was that it was still there, so she had not eaten it. So there's been progress. Shout out to my guy Cam, because he had recommended a product that we get that'll help her like stay away from or not want to eat her poop. But she's getting better. And I like I said, I really do think, like, when she was at that breeder, like I don't think the dogs were getting the best care. Because like I said, he had so many dogs. He had like a lot of dogs. And like, it's the same way with schools, with teachers. If teachers have a lot of students all in one classroom, they're not going to be able to get the best care that they can possibly get. They won't. It's not going to work. Because you have so many different people with so many different individual needs that, and you're teaching this general teaching or whatnot, whatever the subject might be, but everybody doesn't learn the same. And it's just like with the dogs too. You have so many different dogs and they have different personalities. All of them, they don't learn the same. They don't bark the same. They don't walk, eat, talk the same. They don't do everything the same. So they're going to need individual attention. And with the breeder, they weren't getting that. They weren't getting, like I told y'all, this dude don't even know if Pookie was a boy or a girl, man. He told us Pookie was a boy. And I'm like, man, like I said, I told y'all 2 episodes ago, if it was that serious to me, then I could have caused a whole uproar and all that. And he did tell me, he said, hey, you could change it if you want to. But now it's all good, man. It wasn't like, it wasn't that serious for us. For me, for us, it was like whatever. But anyway, she's been doing pretty good. The potty training has been coming along for sure. It still got some mess ups here and there. Now, one of those messes, there was the other day where she pooped in the house, but she had gave us warnings. Like, my wife has been teaching her how to, we have these bells that one of her coworkers recommended her that we get for the dog, so the dog can hit it every time they want to go outside and go use a bathroom. Now Pookie, sometimes she hits it when she just want to go outside and play, which is fine. But she does use it too to go outside and use the bathroom. But I think my wife, she was working and Pookie was hitting the bell. I think I might have been working too. I don't remember what I was doing. But Pookie was hitting the bell, and then Pookie went and grabbed my wife's shoe and took it to the door. Like she was trying to go, like she was trying to let it be known. And then my wife, like, she saw it. It was she was super busy, but then when she wasn't as busy anymore, she saw Pookie doing that little stance, that little kneel, where she getting ready to let it out, and she was like, "Pookie, no!" And she grabbed it, but Pookie had already started. Pookie had already started, and it started coming out, and my wife picked her up and was taking her out, and one of them landed right on my wife's foot. Thank goodness she had socks on. Even still, though, I asked her today, I said, "Man, was it warm?" She was like, "Yeah, it was." I said, "Oof." And I told Carter, I said, "Oh, man, you got to call her poop foot. You got to call her poop foot." And he was laughing. But besides a few instances here and there, the potty training has been, overall, it's been going pretty good. I'd say we are about, if I had to put a number on it, I'd say we're about 70% there. I just feel like it's this 30% where, it's not even that much, but I just feel like it's this 30% where it's like she knows, she gets it, she knows, like, all right, outside is for peeing and pooping and all that, but sometimes she just does it in here. But I also have to keep in mind, like, we haven't had her that long. But anyway, she's doing pretty good. Carter is, he's getting more and more close with her. I was just talking to my wife today. It's something that actually happened today. And it just gave me a nice reminder of how much Carter, like, really loves this dog. And I love the dog too. My wife loves the dog too, but, like, Carter, he, like, really loves this dog, and he, like, looking out for this dog and, like, protecting this dog. And my wife was like, "Man, imagine if he had, like, a little brother or sister." Because what happened, my wife, she had left for a little bit, so it was me and Carter. And with Pookie, what happened? I let her in the house because I think I had just given her some water and she peed outside. So I was like, "All right, cool, come on, come through. Come chill in the house." So she was chilling and whatever. I was working on some stuff. Carter was watching TV. He was watching something on Netflix. So then I see she comes up to me. And she comes up to me all, like, slowly. I'm like, "Oh, okay." I don't know why she coming up to me so slow. It was like weird. Like, she don't, like, usually come up to me like this. And I was like, yeah, this is kind of, like, weird. So she did that, and she put a paw on me and sort of, like, stood up and put, like, with her back feet, she stood up, and with her two front feet, she put them both on my leg. You know how dogs do when they jump on you? Not jump on you, but, like, kind of, like, lean on you, but they're standing up, but they're leaning on you, whatever. So she did that, but she did it so slowly. And then I looked at it, and I saw that her nose was a little bit wet, but not the normal wet. Her nose, it had, like, 2 drops on there. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I know her nose wasn't, like, in water, because she just been in the house for the last little bit. So why is her nose, like, wet like that with the 2 drops? So I was looking, I said, Pookie. So then I got up, and I looked, and I saw a puddle on the floor. Yellow puddle on the floor. And I said, "Ooh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was something." Because, again, she was just acting so weird, man. She was acting so weird, and I was like, I knew it was something that was just different. And that's what it was. That's the worst part about it. She knows. She knows when she messes up. She knows, like, dogs. And I mean, I've seen it over time, but dealing with my own for the first time, because this is my first dog. This is me and Carter's first dog. This is not my wife's first dog. She grew up with dogs, but this is me and Carter. This is our first dog. And we knew dogs got personalities for sure, but like seeing it firsthand and it being yours, it's like, whoa, they certainly do. They have memories as well. So she knew that she was in trouble. Oh boy, she knew. So I said, Pookie, come here. Come here. And she would not come over. I said, Pookie, come here. Come here, Pookie. She would not come. And she was like ducking her head a little bit, and then she ran over to Carter and she started trying to play with him. I said, Pookie, come here. Excuse me. And she just, like I said, she wouldn't come through. I said, okay. So I had to grab her and I put her by the pee and I said, no, no, no. Popped her. And then Carter was watching the whole time. And every time she gets in trouble, Carter feels it. Every time. So he's sitting there like with a little sad face. Because he felt bad for her. He always feel bad for her anytime she gets in trouble. And so then what happened after that, this dude, Carter, after she gets in trouble, I put her outside. I'm cleaning the pee up. Carter comes over to me and he pops me. He pops me in my arm and then walks away. And I know it wasn't a playful pop, because if it was a playful pop, then he would have like hit me and then laughed or something and be like, oh, I got you. But no, he hit me and he walked away. I said, oh, this dude really trying to defend this dog. And I know that, like I said, when she gets in trouble, he feels it, because he used to go through that more. But ever since we had her, like I told you, Carter's been getting in trouble a lot less, a whole lot less. And I guess this gives Carter like a different perspective on when somebody's getting in trouble, because like I said, he feels it. And so what I had to do was explain to him the why she got in trouble. And this is something that for me, it has been a struggle with Carter, but at the same time, I do see the immediate benefit of it. And they're not just explaining, like just explaining why, and with things, period. Like even with Carter, hey, Carter, don't do this. I'm telling you not to do this. And hey, the reason why I'm telling you not to do this is because X. Like, well, first we'll talk about with Pookie. I had to explain to him, like, hey, Carter, the reason that she gets in trouble is because she's doing something that she's not supposed to be doing. And that's using the bathroom in the house. I said, do you want her to pee and poop in the house? He's like, no. I said, okay. And that's why she gets in trouble, because she knows she's not supposed to pee and poop in the house. I said, how would you like it if you were running around and playing or something and you stepped in pee or poop in the house? Would you like that? And he was like, no. I said, that's why she gets in trouble, because she's not supposed to do that. And he understood. He was still a little bit hurt that she got in trouble, but still, he understood. So for me, just as a father, man, I need to do a better job of explaining to him things when they happen. Like the other day, we were in Costco, walking around in Costco, and Carter was like, we went to the Kia section or whatever, the water section, or like the swimming section, where they got swimming stuff. And there was like this little alligator floaty type of thing. And Carter was like, oh, I want that. And my wife was like, she was like, ask Daddy. So I looked and I was like, I said, let's wait till you finish learning how to swim before we get it. And then he was like he started acting a little mopey. And I was like, hold up. What? And what he said something too. He said something and I was like, oh, wow, this dude really just said that? Like, it wasn't nothing crazy, but it was something that was just like, it just made me like, it just sounded like a little spoiled. And I was like, oh no, we ain't playing that. Oh no. And I told him, I said, Carter, I said, I said, you know what? As a matter of fact, I was going to wait until you finish learning how to swim to get it. I said, but now you ain't getting it at all. And I said, as a matter of fact, don't even look at nothing. And I said, just look straight. Don't even look at no toys or nothing. Let's go. I was done, man. I was done. But then later on, while we were still in Costco, we were sitting down to get some pizza, and I told him too, like, I said, look, the only reason that I'm letting you get this pizza from Costco is because mommy told you before that you could get some pizza from Costco. Like, she had told him before we even went to Costco. Like, she told him we were going to Costco, and she asked him if he wanted anything. He said he wanted to get the pizza. So like, all right, cool. But anyway, so I was like, yeah, that's the only reason you're getting this pizza. So we were sitting down waiting for the pizza, and then I think she had to use the bathroom, so she walked off a little bit, and we got the pizza. So we sat back down, and then I explained to him, I said, Carter, like, I said, do you think that I get everything that I want? And he was like, yes. And I said, no, I don't. I said, do you think mommy gets everything that she wants? And he was like, no. And I was like, no, she don't. In the back of my head, I was thinking, well, yeah, if she did, we'd be broke. And then with Carter, I said, do you get everything that you want? And he was like, no. I said, you're right, you don't. And I said, it takes, we all have to be patient. We all have to be patient. Just because, I said, there's nothing wrong with getting stuff. There's nothing wrong with getting stuff, even stuff that you don't need. There's nothing wrong with getting stuff, but just because we don't get stuff right away, just because we don't get something that we want right then and there, it doesn't mean we have to be grumpy about it. It doesn't mean we have to like have an attitude about it. We just got to be patient. We're not going to get everything that we want right away. Sometimes where there's stuff we need, sometimes where there's stuff we don't need. But just explaining the entire thing to him, it made him understand and feel a little bit better too. And it made me feel better as well. Because I don't want it to be where it's like, all right, I said this and boom. All right, that's it. Listen. I mean, I would like that if it just listened that easily, but no, he deserves the explanation as well. He deserves to understand the why behind it. And we do something every week called family worship, where we sit down together, and well, I mean, we together all the time anyway, but we sit down together and I come up with something with a certain like subject for us to go over about, and use some different accounts from the Bible and some different verses from the Bible about that particular subject. And last week, the subject that we went over was patience. We talked about patience. And with Carter, I showed him some videos about patience, also showed him some scriptures about patience. Now, I told him, I said, is patience ever a bad thing? And he thought about it, and he said, no. And I said, no, it's not. Patience is never a bad thing. It's never. But I said with patience, it's not just with waiting for stuff. With patience is also with getting upset, getting angry, getting frustrated. It takes patience to not get to that level of feeling so easily, so quickly. And I said, Daddy needs patience too. I definitely need patience too. I got to work on that too. So I always make sure that whenever we going over something, it's not like, all right, we about to go over this. We about to go over the Bible accounts that talk about this, this, and this, because you were wrong. No, that would be stupid. That would be like a terrible way to go about it. He needs to see, and we need to see how it applies to everybody in the family, not just him. Because we ain't about to have it ain't no intervention or anything like that. No. It's family worship to where we can all benefit from going over something in the Bible and just a different, whether it's a characteristic, whether it's an account, whatever it might be, that can benefit us as a family. So it's super important. But I really appreciate how he appreciates it and he understands it. But like I said, the explanation, that's something that I got to work on a lot more, and I've been really trying that a lot more recently. My wife, she's a lot better headed than I am. And I mean, with guys versus girls, and not to be like stereotypical or anything like that, but enough times with men, with guys, we're like, all right, that's it, straightforward, boom, done. That's it. We're good. We're all right, good to go. But with ladies, they like, well, and then it's this, and they will dive more into it in the detail and the explanations and all that. But as fellas, we just trying to get to it, get through it, get done with it, be over. So she, like I said, she's pretty good at that. So shout out to her. Like I said, I'm a work in progress, but I am glad that like I am very proud to both acknowledge and just be willing to work on it, because like I said, I think it's really, really important, especially for Carter, especially for him to just, because like, and I mean for us too, like us as adults, like if somebody tells us something, like if we get some type of direction from somebody, we're gonna be like, why? For what? Especially depending on what it is. And especially if we were being reprimanded for something. Like if we were at our job and we got reprimanded for something, and we wouldn't just want to be like, oh, okay, cool, well, thanks for the reprimanding me. No, we want to know, like, why? For what? What was this about? So it should help moving forward. Pookie is in here now, by the way. She just let her in here, and she is on my leg right now. So I'm hoping that she does not pee or poop in here, or else I will be very upset. I gave her a towel to sit on. Here, come sit right here. Right there. All right, sit down. Sit. Tell her to sit down. She want to jump on my leg. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, it's just very important, man. And him as a child, he benefits a lot from that, and adults would benefit a lot from that. So that's really important. And Carter, like, we sort of, just to switch gears a little bit, y'all know that he's off school. He's off school. He's on summer break. But one thing that I have really appreciated about Carter being off of school is that he, like, last week, we started going over this book. It's a Brain Quest book. Anybody that's a parent, y'all probably familiar with it. But it's these books that have these little activities in there. Oh, sorry, there's these books that have these little activities in there. Like, and activities for all sorts of subjects. They have math, they have reading, they have science, art, all type of stuff. And like randomly one day, I was like, all right, Carter, we're gonna go over this. And what I really appreciated about him was his attitude when it came to going over that, because I was thinking, like, oh yeah, he about to give me a hard time. He about to be like, Daddy, but why do we got to do this? Nope, not once. And this, like I said, I hadn't told him about it prior to. I hadn't told him anything. I wasn't like, all right, Carter, nope, nothing. Just randomly out the blue was like, all right, Carter, we about to go over this. And he didn't complain. Nothing. And I was like, wow, shout out to Carter, man. I was super proud of him. So we went over the book one day, and then we didn't go over it again for a couple of days. But even when we went over, no, don't bite that. She over here trying to bite cords, man. Pookie, come here. Come sit down. Uh-oh. Let me cut this off before she pees in here. I don't trust her. All right, she's good now. So she's sitting on the towel because she was trying to bite the cords to one of my lights, and I don't play that. I always tell her, like, no, don't do it. Anyway, wow, something else that we had talked about too this week, in regards to, and it's something that we talk about on the channel a lot of times too. And I know this podcast sort of been all over the place. I just Pookie been distracting me a little bit, but it's all good. But something that we talked about this week, just as a family as well, is perspective. Perspective when it comes to other people's situations. Because I was telling a story the other day about how I was eating lunch, I think, and my wife, she was working, and I was talking to her and telling her about something, and she didn't respond. She didn't respond to me. I'm like, oh, was she ignoring me or something? What's that about? I ain't do nothing to her, and I don't know why she ignored me. So all that stuff is going through in my mind. But then a couple minutes later, she's like, whew, I have been so busy at work. And I was like, she's busy. So her mind was consumed by work. So my perspective, though, was like, no, she's ignoring me. But my perspective was all wrong. So, you know what? Maybe she was ignoring me. She might have been using work as an excuse. But either way, it's okay. But it's important that our perspective, we don't let our perspective get in the way of what the truth could be, or what because again, what we always say, man, which is true. You never know what people are going through. You don't know. You don't know what people are going through. So you don't want to judge them based off of your own assumptions. Especially when you don't have the facts, you can't and you shouldn't judge somebody based off of your own assumptions. Because your assumptions, they're not facts. It's just what you think about a situation. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. Now, sometimes some assumptions can end up being right, but just be good to people, man. Because everybody got a story. Everybody. Every single body has a story. And everybody's story is different. Some people's story a lot more difficult than others. Some people been through a lot more stuff than others. But everybody got a story. So just treat people good, man. Y'all be good to people. Y'all be good to each other. I love y'all. I seriously do appreciate y'all just, again, being willing to listen every single week. So I appreciate that big time. I'm going to go ahead and get on up out of here now. I know this was a kind of shorter episode. But, hey, man, I love y'all. I really do appreciate you. And I hope everything is going good with everybody. We out.